Hi there guys, welcome to another Colin's Performance Corner, and we have the new Q5 on the show today. So this is a very highly anticipated car, and it's a big one for Audi because Q5 is a very important car, especially in the UK here, as it's very popular. So people have been looking forward to this one coming out, and I'm going to take it out today, give you my thoughts, see how it drives. Now this car is the second one on Audi's PPC platform, so that's the premium platform combustion, which it shares with the new Audi A5. So we'll see if this car drives any better. Does it drive the same? Does it drive any worse? We're going to find out. So hopefully enjoy the video. If you do like it, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I will get a few more videos out to you very soon. So hope you enjoy. Let's take it out for a drive. Right then guys, welcome inside the all new Q5. So as I said in the intro, this is a big deal for Audi. So this is the first of the SUV type cars on the premium platform combustion. All the SUVs that have been launched with the new interior so far have all been electric models, so the A6 and the Q6 as well. So this one is one that a lot of people have been asking for. I've had a lot of customers in the showroom asking when the new Q5 is going to be arriving, and it's finally here. So this is our demonstrator. It's just been put on the road this week, so we're going to take it out and see how it drives. So we'll start off with the inside first. So the inside is very recognisable. If you've watched any of my other videos on the new A6 e-tron and the Q6 e-tron as well, you'll recognise this new layout. So we'll start in front of me. You have Audi's all new digital stage in front of us here. So you have this long sweeping screen in front of us. It's one of the biggest ones on the market, bigger than Mercedes, bigger than BMW as well. And it's got this lovely kind of display in the middle which kind of shows you all your driving functions. It gives you a wee animation of the car and everything like that, shows you what it's picking up, and you get all your media system with Audi Assistant and everything all in here, which uses AI to control a lot of the functions to not draw your attention away from, you know, controlling all the sat nav and temperature controls and everything like that, which is fair enough. So yeah, very nice. Where the Q5 differs a wee bit on the inside compared to the A5 and the Q6 e-tron is this kind of central console here. So it's kind of laid out in a similar way, but it has this bigger sort of kind of side area here on the passenger side, which kind of swoops round to give it that kind of SUV kind of feel about it, you know, like traditional sort of kind of Land Rovers and stuff like that. It's kind of what it reminds me of. So yeah, I mean, each to their own. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but you know, it's fine. It stops things rolling off, I suppose, if they put it on the centre console. So yeah, that's a wee bit different. But most of your media controls are all done through here. There isn't really any buttons down here apart from your drive select, your traction control, your start button, and your hazard lights. So you know, there's not many buttons to push. Down on the driver's side here, you have all your controls for your headlamps, your electric seats. Again, this is something familiar that you'll see in the new A6 e-tron and the A5 and such like as well. They've put a lot of the buttons that would be normally up here on the kind of driver's right hand side, they've put them onto the door card here. So yeah, it's a good idea, I suppose. The car comes with the passenger screen, again model depending on the range, but this one being the launch edition model. So if you go for the edition one, you'll also get the screen on the passenger side. So the passenger can control certain functions in the vehicle. They can get, you know, control the satellite navigation. They can watch videos on it as well by downloading apps like YouTube, for instance. Yeah, so there's lots of functions that the passenger can do on that passenger display there. This one has the sound and vision pack on it as well, so like the other cars in the Audi new generation, they have this interaction light which runs along the top of the dashboard there, and that's used mainly for you know, cosmetic appearance. At night it lights up, it can change colour, but it's there for, it shows your indicators when your indicators are on as well. It works with the Audi pre-sense and flashes when the pre-sense comes on as well. So there's lots of different uses for that interaction light, and you get the upgraded Bang & Olufsen sound system with the 3D sound, 725 watts of power through that sound system. Now, something you don't get with this new car, which is quite surprising because the A6 e-tron and the Q6 has it, is these new headrest speakers that came with the Bang & Olufsen sound system. For some reason they've not put it in the new Q5, don't know why. Maybe a cost saving exercise. This car, of course, still built in Mexico, the same as the previous generation Q5. So they've missed out a couple of the new kind of features that the new cars have had, you know, like that headrest speaker as part of your 3D sound. And one of the other things that they've not opted for as well, now this car doesn't have any panoramic roof, but if you opt for a panoramic roof, it doesn't have the switchable transparency roof that you get on the new A6 e-tron and on the Q6 e-tron either. They went and stuck with the traditional openable panoramic roof, which I suppose they've maybe done by customer feedback potentially. A lot of people that bought a Q5 may potentially still wanted to open the roof, because the switchable transparency ones, they don't open, they're just a fixed roof, fixed glass roof. And it's maybe because you've got the headroom, because one of the reasons why this has the switchable transparency in the other models is to save a bit of headroom with not putting a blind in. I think because this car has a bit more headroom, that may be it, but we don't know entirely why Audi have done that. So that's one of the differences. In terms of interior quality, very, very similar. You've got this lovely bit of sort of kind of what feels like metal, aluminium, certainly along the dashboard here. The door cards, in my opinion, don't seem quite as high quality as compared to the Q6. Just in my opinion, certainly it feels a wee bit more kind of plasticky. There is a bit of leather here. I do prefer the Alcantara finish that you get on a lot of the models over the leather. That's again just personal preference. But yeah, so you know, I do feel that the interior quality is still lovely, but not quite as high as the Q6. The seats are nice and comfortable, certainly as well. They're not super sport seats or anything like that, they're just traditional twin leather seats. They are very comfortable in this model, all fully electrical, adjustable, 14-way, and they do have memory function and everything in them as well. And I think that's pretty much standard on the Edition 1 and on the Launch Edition models as well. Some of the standard equipment now that have been added, such like your full Audi pre-sense with all your fancy traffic sign recognition. Your lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control is now standard across the range in the Q5. So again, similar to the other models, they've loaded up the standard specification of the car, and there is only sort of kind of a couple of kind of nice options that you can potentially overspec on, like the panoramic roof, the Tech Pack Pro, and the Sound and Vision Pack as well. So yeah, it's fairly well specified, and that's a good shout for Audi. Now, one of the things we're going to talk about with this new car is how it rides, and how it rides. We're going to compare it more to the old Q5 rather than the other cars in the range. The A5 is a kind of saloon car, but it does ride on the same platform. This particular car has been specified with the adaptive air suspension, which is an option on most of the models, and yeah, you do notice the difference with the air suspension compared to the A5. This is a lot smoother on the road. You just glide over the bumps. You can actually see it, you know, adjusting the height as you're going along. It is quite clever actually, where, you know, depending on the speed you're going, the suspension will hunker down, or if you're going at slower speeds, it kind of recognises if you're on a bumpier road, and it'll again raise that suspension up for you. So, you know, it's quite a clever system, and it does drive buttery smooth. It really is a good drive in this car. Again, one of the things that I picked up in my previous video with the RS3, and again, I don't know if it's just me coming back to a diesel engine, a wee bit more noise. Not something I've been used to. I would say, you know, it's quiet for a diesel engine, but you can still hear that there's an engine there. The refinement in the car isn't quite as good as the refinement you get on the electric cars, and it's not just the tyre noise. I mean, it's more so the engine noise. There's a wee bit more engine noise, and specifically in this diesel model, comes into the cabin. Now, the car uses Audi's new mild hybrid system. Now, that's an improvement on the previous generation, so it can do a lot of the low-speed manoeuvres, so stuff like your intelligent parking, low-speed manoeuvres in car park. It'll do solely on the electric power only. Now, that's the only time it can really drive on the electric. The minute you sort of kind of put any sort of, you know, throttle down, it'll kick the engine in. It's not a self-charging hybrid as such. It's just a very sophisticated mild hybrid system, which is there to assist the petrol engine in acceleration, and it's there to help the car coast as well. So when you're off the throttle, it'll maintain a wee bit more momentum in the car to help with fuel consumption and stuff like that. So very, very good system, the mild hybrid system in this car. You only get it in the diesel and in the SQ5 as well. It's not available in the 2 litre petrol only. They will be adding a plug-in hybrid version of this car later in the year, so it's not available at launch, but round about the kind of summertime they will introduce a plug-in hybrid. And if it's anything like the plug-in hybrids in the other Audis, they have increased the battery range on that. On the A3 and, you know, the new kind of plug-in hybrid models, you're getting up to around about 75-80 miles on the, you know, the battery charge alone, which is fantastic range out of a plug-in hybrid. And if you can do that on this new Q5, that'll certainly attract a lot of people into that model. So yeah, no, as I say, it drives very, very well. It feels very, very comfortable. The driving position's very good. I love, again, I've got used to it so much now in these new Audis, is the flat top and the flat bottom steering wheel. Very different for a lot of people moving who have just been used to the flat bottom, but I like it. You know, it's good to, you're not meant to, but I like having my hand on the top of the steering wheel, and having that flatter surface there certainly does help with, you know, just comfort and everything while you're driving. You can see perfectly through it down to the digital stage and to, you know, your cockpit in front of you. Everything's very accessible. It's all within reach. You feel you don't need to, you know, stretch much to reach anything. So yeah, very, very good indeed. Now, one of the things about this car that's probably going to be important to a lot of people is the space and the storage in the car. So this is traditionally going to be a family car. So families with potentially 2 kids are going to buy this car. So storage and space is very, very important. So I'm pleased to say that this car does have a lot of storage. They've got massive, big, deep door pockets down here, which Audi have thought about. It's something they did mention when we were in Germany that they focused on. There's a lot of storage under the seat as well, so they've removed a lot of the modules from under the seats to give you a bit more storage underneath the driver and the passenger seat. They've improved the space in the glove box as well, and you do have nice storage and everything under here, so it's got a nice big box and everything under here as well. Nice big cup holders, and of course down here your wireless charge pad to keep your mobile devices and everything down there. Legroom in the back is fantastic, so again, really, really good. Not kind of class leading, you know, there is certain cars that will have a wee bit more legroom, but very, very comfortable in the back. And boot space is very, very similar to the previous model, so again, boot space not an issue. You'll get your 2 suitcases in there, your golf clubs, whatever you're potentially carrying will get into the boot without you having to fold the back seats down. So, you know, that's a big plus. So storage and space is quite top of the priority in the car. It isn't much bigger than the previous model, but they have used that space a wee bit better, so they've kind of utilised the interior cabin space a lot better to the previous model. So trim levels again in the new car, so as Audi's traditionally following, there will be 3 models. They'll get the entry-level sport model, which will come with a host of lovely spec on them because they have increased the standard specification of all cars. You'll then go up to your S-Line model, which will give you more of the sportier styling, so it will change the bumper slightly, give you a different, bigger alloy wheel by an inch bigger, so you'll go up to a 20-inch alloy from a 19-inch on the S-Line model. And then you go up to your, what is known as now as the Edition 1. So your Edition 1's available for around about the first kind of 2 years of the car's life, which will eventually turn into what would be the Black Edition. But the Edition 1 gives you your black styling pack, an inch bigger 21-inch alloys on the Edition 1 model. It gives you stuff like your electric seats and everything is standard, your passenger screen and stuff like that, so you increase a wee bit more specification. And this one I'm in is a sort of kind of, you know, it's not going to be available on the configurator. This is your launch edition. This is pretty much what the dealers get and, you know, will go on as their demo. So it's kind of based on an S-Line with, you know, a couple of nice option packs on it as well. So it's kind of in between an S-Line and an Edition 1 in terms of specification. So yeah, so that's your normal trim levels. And of course you can go up to your SQ5, which has got the new 3-litre V6 petrol engine. So again, they've changed over from the 3-litre diesel that you got in the old car back to a 3-litre petrol engine, which is fantastic. By the way, I got a drive of that one in Germany, and that car is butterly smooth to drive. It really is fantastic. Not bad on fuel either. That mild hybrid system certainly does help with the efficiencies and everything like that. You know, you're expected to get, you know, mid-30s to the gallon out of that SQ5 without, you know, sort of kind of too much, you know, fuel saving. So, you know, that's pretty good out of a 3-litre petrol. So, yeah, pretty good engine lineup, and you know, that's something that this car definitely needed. So we're not going to really talk about performance too much. It's not really a car for performance, to be fair. I'm just going to get past this tractor here, put my foot down. So it has got a good pickup for a diesel engine. It does get along the road pretty good. It's not going to be winning any drag races, that's not what it's really for. If you want one with a bit of speed, you'll go for the SQ5, but the usability of this diesel engine feels really good. It's got good throttle response, and again, it's probably helped by the mild hybrid system that the car has. And you know, the gearbox is nice and smooth. It's got Audi's 7-speed S-tronic in it, so it's got Quattro and everything as well, so that's standard in all Q5 models. You get the Quattro. It's not full kind of, you know, torque converter auto with the full auto box. It's an S-tronic with the clutch pack Quattro, so a wee bit different to the likes you would get in the RS models and stuff like that, which have proper Quattro. This one has the you know, the clutch pack based Quattro, which you get on the RS3 and stuff like that. So still a really good system, still going to be really good in slippery conditions, and it feels very smooth and everything as well, along with the gearbox. It changes gears just at the right minute. You don't really feel it doing anything. It's not jerky whatsoever, but it is a tried and tested gearbox, to be honest. Audi have been using it for a good few years. They have tweaked the settings and everything in the new car, as you would expect them to do, but fundamentally it's the same gearbox it was in the previous car, but no complaints there whatsoever. Now, one of the features I actually love in the new car is the augmented reality heads-up display. I've loved it in the Q6 model, and I've loved it in the A5 as well. But this car's the first one I've actually seen where it actually projects the kind of animation you have down here of the car driving along the road, where it picks up the other traffic. It actually projects it on the heads-up display, which is actually pretty cool, to be honest. So it means that you never really need to look down the way. You know, it has all the information you need in front of you. When you've got the adaptive cruise on, for instance, you know, it gives you all the animation of your distance away from the car in front. You've got your traffic sign showing you the speed limit on the road and the heads-up display as well. You've got all those animations. When the sat navigation is on, it shows you on the augmented reality that it pastes the arrows onto the road. If you want to see what that looks like, go and have a watch of my A6 e-tron video where I put the camera on my head to show you the heads-up display in action. So yeah, if you want to have a look at that, go and certainly have a look. But yeah, they've kind of went with this kind of, you know, more advanced version of the heads-up display as well, which is very cool, and it's one of the features that I love on the car. One of the other things that I love about this car, and I suppose some people love it, some people hate it, but it's got massive wing mirrors. You can see everything out of these things. Absolutely great vision. So, you know, it is a big car. It will have big mirrors, but the positioning of them as well is really good. You can just absolutely see everything out of it. I would probably say it's one of the things I noticed when I was driving at home yesterday was, you know, you just need to glance to either side, and you know, you have so much vision out of this car. Same out of the back window. It's got great vision out the back. It's got nice big side windows as well. So it's certainly going to be a good car if you've got anybody that's very kind of, you know, gets car sick or anything like that. So, you know, you've got plenty of vision, plenty of light comes into the car, even without the panoramic roof and the darker headlining. The car has got plenty of light inside it. So again, it's a good plus for this car. Now, is there anything I don't like about the car? You know, I'm actually struggling to find anything that I don't like about it. The only thing I could really kind of give it a negative on is, as I said to you earlier, it was just kind of more about, you know, the kind of engine noise, and the noise coming into the cabin isn't quite as refined as some of the models in the Audi range. But, you know, yeah, I mean, I like everything about it. You know, it's got a good driving position, it's comfortable. That's something that's kind of, you know, the same in all the kind of new Audi models, to be honest. It's got a great sound system, albeit not having the headrest speakers. It's still a fantastic sound system if you spec the Bang & Olufsen system. Headlight technology is second to none. Again, it has Audi's signature LEDs on the front with a signature light strip on the back. So again, you can customise through the MMI the light signatures that you want on the car. And of course, if you go, depending on the model, the Edition 1, for instance, comes with a full digital matrix LED headlights as well, which again is fantastic at night. Really good technology. And you know, Audi are at the forefront again at lighting technology in another car. So yeah, there's not really stuff I like it. I mean, the look of the car, you know, it's not overwhelmingly pretty. It looks good because it's got Audi's new philosophy on it, but I wouldn't go, wow, look at that new Q5, that's a stunning looking car. It kind of looks the same as kind of most other big SUVs on the market at the moment. So again, you could probably say that it doesn't have that wow factor. Now the SQ5 does look in certain colours that wee bit nicer, but you know, the look of the car, it's perfectly nice. But you know, if I was nitpicking about the car, trying to find something, I wouldn't say it's, you know, showcase wow looking on the outside of it. But yeah, it certainly follows Audi's new philosophy. It looks very similar to the front of the new A5, but I would say the A5 is a such prettier looking car, along with the new A6 e-tron as well. But again, this is more of a rugged looking car and always will be. I still prefer the look of the previous generation Q5 on the outside, if I'm honest, but we'll see if this one grows on me, and it potentially will grow on me, so we'll see how we go with that. But yeah, that's basically covered all the kind of stuff on this new Q5 model. I hope you've enjoyed me talking about it today. Your dealers should have the cars in their showrooms now, so please get down, get a test drive in the car, feel for it yourself. Our demonstrator will be on site practically every day, so if you do want to get in touch with Dundee Audi, then please get in touch with us and we can get you out and drive in the car. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you've liked everything I've talked about today, and subscribe for more of these review videos, and we'll hopefully get some out to you soon. So thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you all soon.